What kind of ships did they sail, and how fast were they?
So the Royal Navy would have used frigates. They're a light and fast type of ship because they wanted to zip around. In naval warfare, you don't be the slowest ship, right? And then schooners and sloops would have been two types of ships you would have used sort of as a merchant class ship. They're a little bit slower, a little bit clunkier. They're sort of your everyday kind of ship. So if you think about ships as cars, the Navy would have had like the Ferrari of ships, and the average merchant would have had sort of the minivan of ships, right? And it depended on the weather conditions as to how fast they were. So your light and fast ships, or your light ships rather, are going to go faster, right? There's less to move across the ocean. But it really depended on what you had, what was in your cargo, how fast the wind was blowing, the direction of the wind. If it's blowing against you, it's going to slow you down, right? And the currents too. And so it sort of depended, but usually the average was about 3 months from the east coast of the colonies to Europe, to England, to Liverpool. But you also have to think about the journey that was made from West Africa by slave ships. So these were much larger ships. They look more like cargo ships. They're big, they're sort of lower, they're not as sleek looking. And they would have been full of enslaved Africans. Now, that journey typically took a little bit longer. It was about 4 months to go from the west coast of Africa over to Charleston, for example. Charleston was at one time the largest slave port in the colonies. And you have to think too, just to give you some context about the different experiences between, say, Europeans coming over to live and work in the colonies and an enslaved African person who was coming to work in the colonies. The experiences on the boats would have been very different, of course. So if you think about your British Navyman on his fast ship, he's going to have 3 meals. He's going to have oranges to fight scurvy, to make sure he keeps all his teeth. And he's going to be able to walk around, change clothes, things like that. But on a slave ship, the experience is very different. So you are jam-packed in together. You don't have the chance to get up and move around. You're fed very, very little. And also, there are usually 4 or 5 decks to a slave ship. And if you are on the bottom deck, and everyone above you on the 3 or 4 decks that are above you is not allowed to get up and to use the bathroom, you're not in the best place. So a lot of times when slaves were being brought to the New World on that 4-month journey, they were not in the best of health when they got over here. So I know that's a long answer to your question, but